Head to YouTube now and watch the Tale of Hexagon City. Come and explore Hexagon City, where maths meet human affairs.
Dear people of Hexagon, the sequence disease is very deadly and contagious. Let's take precautionary measures to avoid further spread.
In the heat of the deadly disease called sequence, the people of Hexagon City decided to seek abode in neighboring cities and to find greener pastures because of the poor state of growth of the economy. Many of the productive population decided to run out of the city. The migration became pronounced and popular as the youths refer to it as the Jacobian Process. 30% of the productive age decided to leave the city. King Ilori appealed to the people not to move out of the city, but they all had a divergence of opinion. Some of them claimed, until there is a change of the king and his royal council, the city may not know peace. Those in the council who have been stealing and diverting the resources of the city to their cities and other cities may get the city completely impoverished.
We have chosen to embark on this Jacobian process away from Hexagon City because our city has failed to provide us with the enabling environment. We seek greener pastures in other cities in the real world. We actually don't want to, but we have no choice, considering our future and the future generation. The doctors too find it pleasurable and fulfilling to work in other cities because of good remuneration.
There was a young man called Ayola, the son of Ekagore, the community leader who had escaped from being killed in the palace. He was born to a woman called Akintewe, who was brought to his father's farm. Since the exile of his father, only this woman, Akintewe, had been taking care of this little boy until he grew up to become a man. He was already in his late 30s when the situation of Hexagon City became unbearable. Ayola, will you also make a move to leave this city since the situation is becoming more unbearable now? I will go and sell all I have and what your father left for you while he was still alive. Akintewe asked her only child, Ayola. I am going nowhere until this city becomes the ark of God, where many will run to for succor and business escapades. I am sure that this city will one day become great once more. From the stories my father used to tell me in those days, there was economic boom in the city, Ayola replied to his mother. Ayola did not have wealth, nor was he born into wealth, as he struggled with the help of his mother Akintewe to go to school. He graduated as a renowned computer scientist from Calculus University in Hexagon City. He later proceeded to the same university for his higher degrees in numerical and financial analysis. He was dearly loved by his friends and associates. His slogan was, "All is well and all will be well." The economy of Hexagon City grew from worst to the worst, with no hope in sight. The currency of Hexagon City ranked ratio 1 to 600 compared to highly ranked city in the real world. Everything seemed to have turned upside down. The king himself was confused as the situation could not be put under control. The people daily lamented. Sorrow could be read on their faces. The city economy crashed to the extent that citizens were buying money with money to feed themselves. In fact, at the slightest provocation, there were outbursts among people because they had bottled up much suffering amid the economy imbroglio. The remaining young people in the city who could not afford the means to embark on the Jacobian process grown as many could not feed themselves, not to talk of feeding their aged parents, who now look up to them for food and shelter. The chief priest made a public announcement through the town crier that
King Hilary leaves the throne in a short while, and a new king will be enthroned. Interested families, communities, and zones to kindly indicate interest for selection and election of a new king, as it is the custom of the city.
Ayola's friend came to him one day and said,
We have seen what you don't even know about yourself, and we know you have what it takes to make this city great. Remember your usual watchword, it shall be well.
Thanks dear friends for all of you coming around to declare that I am fit to lead Hexagon City and that you will support me. I won't let God and you down.
We have seen in you the qualities and the credibility to rule as a king of our city. Will you be ready to take up this challenge so that we can support you? Who am I in this great city? My family is not renowned, and neither do I have the financial means to follow up on this ambition. My father, who tried to exhibit his leadership quality in this city, was forced to flee for his life in the time I needed him most. Even though I am a financial analyst and a computer scientist, I hardly control enough money in my pocket, not to talk of my family. I have an aging mother who I'm working towards bringing joy to her heart. I know that I have the endowment, but kindly give me time to think and also pray about it. Even though you have said you will all support me. Ayola sobbed and replied,